Hey everybody, this Dallas County judge is about to report here on CNN that the Biden White House called him about the power outage crisis before the Texas governor did. Listen.
This is a green energy event, as the governor wanted
Yeah,
to.
they rich. They don't care.
No, this was a completely predictable event, Chris. There was a report issued by the federal government and the state government in 2011 saying this would happen. I testified and spoke before the legislature 2 years ago saying that this would happen, and it happened. And it's because Governor Abbott refused to weatherize the generator plants or modernize the gas lines as the report from his own legislature told him was necessary. When you choose to tell a regulated company that they don't have to do something, they're selling commodities, so you are instructing them not to do it. And in that effort to get the lowest price for big commercial users, they failed to protect residents from losing their power in extreme weather.
The argument that, no, we didn't have enough money to do everything, and because we had to spend so much money on the wind turbine infrastructure, we didn't get to use it for the coal and the gas, and if we had, none of this would have happened. Do you accept that?
This is a deregulated market, so they're not building wind energy or any other type of energy. Companies are building infrastructure based on the specs that the governor's office gives them of what is required. They didn't put weatherization in their specs, so the companies built a cheaper product so they could sell energy at a higher profit. This is not about the taxpayers building anything.
Now, in terms of looking at this going forward, you are saying that the governor is aware of what happened here. And what we're seeing now are secondary effects of the systemic inequality at play. Power is not coming back as quickly in lower income areas and minority areas. Why is that?
Well, I don't know exactly, but what has happened in the past with power is the older the infrastructure, and the governor has refused to replace it as the reports and the legislature have requested. The older that infrastructure is, the harder it is to cycle and roll and come back on, the easier it is to break. And the older housing stock tends to be where the most vulnerable populations live.
Now, right now, the governor's office says they're working with FEMA. They're trying to do everything they can. What else is needed, and what are you worried about in terms of how this will be handled in the next few days?
Well, right now our big problem is drinkable water. 10 million, that's 1/3 of the Texans, don't have a safe drinking water source other than bottled water or water that they boil because the energy going to the water treatment centers failed. FEMA worked with us quickly. We got generators on our water treatment here in Dallas, and we saved our water supply system. And so we're in pretty good shape. But some of our other smaller cities within my county are on boil water notices. So that's a huge concern. And then, Chris, as it thaws, you're going to have pipes breaking all over Texas, and you're going to have people in need of plumbers. There's just not enough plumbers to go around. I'm very worried for our citizens, both their comfort and their pocketbook.
And the contagion. Because you have people, as you well know, Judge, crowding together into where somebody has power and where you have people moving around as they can. Are you worried about the combination of not being able to vaccinate people and having people crowded together that you may have your own kind of homemade variant here of spread?
Well, we're doing everything we can to keep that from happening. We'll be back up and operational on vaccinations on Sunday. I reached out to the Department of Defense and the Biden administration asked for a shooter team from the Army. They're coming down, and as soon as the weather clears enough for them to get here, they'll join my team, and together we'll catch up those vaccines.
Will people be able to get to you?
People will be able to get to us. The weather here in DFW is getting above freezing tomorrow for a little bit, and then it will get well above freezing on Saturday, so that by the time we start on Sunday, the roads should be clear. A lot of the people getting to us, Chris, are second shots, people above the age of 75. So we need those roads to be safe before we can operate. If it's not safe for you to get there, we won't operate. But as soon as it is, we'll operate and we'll get you caught up and get you your shot.
Do you have the supply? Has the federal government been able to get you supply in this weather?
The federal government is shipping supply directly to Dallas County in a partnership between Dallas County and the federal government. That supply has not arrived yet. However, we have some backlog supply from all the entities that weren't able to get it out this week. So our Army team and also doctors who are taking it's their day off on Sunday. Even without the Army, we're going to have 61 shooters already from doctors and pharmacists who are coming in to help us on Sunday because this community will come together even when our state utterly fails us as they have in this disaster.
I mean, it is terrible. It's a real demonstration of why people do have to put faith in their government and want it to be responsible and accountable, because this is when it matters most. Judge Clay Jenkins, please see the program as a platform to let us know what your needs are and how they're being met in these very, very important days ahead. We're a phone call away.
Thank you so much, Chris. Good evening.
God bless and be well. So this winter blast
I have to say that this is Texas Katrina, and the Texas governor hasn't done anything. You had the Senator of Texas, Ted Cruz, trying to basically escape to Cancun only to get caught. And this is actually a black eye for the Republican Party, because the Republican Party has proven once again that it doesn't care about running government. It only cares about politicking and making someone else look bad. But when it is in a position to actually run the governments, the Republicans consistently fail. And that wasn't always the case during the 70s with the party and even the 80s. But the Republican Party has fallen apart. It's become a party of rhetoric and not a party of action.